Want to, I want to. The purpose of this series is basically how the deal was done. Okay, and so we don't have to speak specifically to to the deal that we did together or deals that we will do together or have done together. Um, but just talk about some challenging situations from this deal or any other deal that you've experienced lately, and some other, just some other questions that I have for you, and that way we, you know, chop things out, put it out, so that it can be digested in small pieces,
Got it.
and put it out so that it can be digested in long form as well. So I'll go back to the beginning and ask you the question: how long have you been in real estate?
Ooh, so I've been a realtor for almost 2 years now. However, I've been in the mortgage industry, mortgage field for about 10 to 15 years.
Okay, so you're a crossover. So you were in mortgages. In what capacity did you serve in mortgages?
So I was a loan officer for a short time, crossed over into processing. Love processing. So behind the scenes paperwork, I was became a manager. So I managed a team. It could range from 16 to 19 people at a time. So that has been very beneficial crossing over because I can explain to my clients why things are being asked and how to provide them for a smoother transaction.
Got you. So you have additional insight
Yes.
into the transaction, not just per se from a realtor's perspective, because you have that as well, but able to understand why a person like myself, why your lending partner is asking for certain specific documents or information, and what made you move from the mortgage side of processing to the realtor side of things?
Um, I feel like I was forced in a way. So in 2022, mortgage, went down during that time. So the company I was working for had a layoff. And first they laid off my team. Then a couple of months later, I followed suit. So at that time, I just took the time to relax. I relaxed for a whole year. So going back into the employment world because I had a kid going into college. So I'm like, okay, it's time to stop. It's time to stop relaxing. It's time to get back in it. And I just felt like going into the real estate side as a realtor gave me the best of both worlds. I can be a steward over my own time while still helping clients achieve that dream of home ownership and also educating. So, like, it was the perfect hybrid of everything that I love put into one package.
Got it. Got it. Um what were the rude awakenings that you got when you got over to the realtor side? If any, if it's been all roses
No.
and and peaches and cream since you got over there, or since you got, over on that side, what were some of the rude awakenings that you found?
Rude awakenings. Everyone does not operate on the business side like you do. I'm very understanding. I really want to help I'm very invested in my clients. And it's very frustrating to me when I'm dealing with a partner that does not necessarily have that same viewpoint. Those relationships are very short lived. Also, just everything that you see on social media, the glam, the glitz, the glams is not real. So when I came over here, just actually seeing the what it took to actually build a brand, and I joke with my husband and I say that I didn't know becoming a realtor was going to make me a social media influencer. Like, where did that come from? Content creator, all the things, but in order to be successful, once you get over here, you learn what is needed, what is required, and those who actually are successful are those who put forth the effort. But I love it here.
Wow. Wow. That's awesome. That's awesome. And it, a lot of mortgage brokers did not know as well that that they were going to have to become social media influencers, having to constantly put out information, being on the camera, doing rate updates, and putting out guideline updates, and just general information. But you've got to be in front of the camera. If you feel fat today, get on the camera. If you don't feel like your hair is done, if I don't have a fresh lineup on my beard, or a fresh blade on my cut, hey, get on camera and put out the content, because people need to know it. They need to see you, and they need to know that you are the subject matter expert in
Absolutely.
your area.
Yeah.
And uh, and and speaking of being the subject matter expert in your area, how do you stay on top of the market, and know what's going on in the areas that you serve? So first of all, I ask you, what areas do you serve?
So currently, we say the DFW Metroplex, right? But that can be a whole lot of places, a whole lot of places. Right now, I pretty much go where I'm needed. I haven't really just pinpointed because I am a person who does. I don't mind driving. I just closed the deal in Ivory. That's an hour and 20 minutes away from where I personally live. So I go where I'm needed. So that would be the best answer for me right now. And then if I can't get where I'm needed, I definitely have partners who can fill in for me, and we can still partner with the deal and get the client taken care of.
Wow, got it, got it. Now I'm gonna just do something here. I'm trying to do just a quick something. I want to just see what happens. Oh, okay. All right. So I I wanted to see what happened there. Did that change for you as well?
No.
Nothing changed for you. Okay. All right. Cool. Cool. So I'm just playing with my recording a little bit, making sure that everything
We
comes
learning
out the way.
we learning
The
together.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay. Okay. Um, got it. So you talked about your market. It's the DFW, multiplex. So how do you stay on top of the market and what's going on in order to best serve your clients with the up to date information?
So there's a lot of ways. You have social media, but I myself personally, I value myself in relationships. So I have relationships with lenders and title people and everybody who's actually in the thick of it every day, all day. So that's one resource. Like you has been a lender that I do, business with. I could call you and say, "Hey, what's going on here?" Da da da, and I trust the information. And then outside of that, you have newspapers, you have media outlets. It's just that answer is endless. And then I am a part of one of the bigger brokerages, and we have a lot of resources that they give to us. We have monthly, weekly, updates. So it just depends on how you want to get the information extracted and then give it to your clients. But it's there.
Wow, wow. Got it, got it. So I want to touch on difficult situations, okay?
Yes.
Because this is, for most buyers, this is going to be one of the largest purchases of their life.
Yes.
And for most, it is the largest purchase, the most important purchase of their life. And things are going to get difficult
Hmm.
during the escrow process.
Hmm.
And some, don't get me wrong, each each loan is its own baby. All right. And so all of them are going to be different. The challenges are going to be unique. No matter how long you do it, you are still going to have possibly something that you have not seen before.
Correct.
So, how do you manage through the tough transitions and challenges with your clients throughout the escrow process?
That's a loaded question. But for me, it's a very simple answer. Communication is key. And this is something that I learned when I was on the processing side that I would tell my employees, not delivering the information is not going to change the information. So just go ahead and do it, and then let's think through it and get on the other side. So, because of the relationships that I have with my partners, I'm able to receive the information and then deliver it to my clients in a way that they understand. Just developing the relationship up front, you learn how people receive information and what to say to them. And I just kind of maneuver with that. I always say you have to match energies, right? So the way that I explain something to one client may not be the way I explained it to the other client, but the message is still the same at the end of the day. So I have a very unique way of connecting with people, and I pray to God that He sends me clients that would receive me and that I can help. So I definitely feel like every client that I get is a client made for me. So we just get through it, and I deliver the information, we think through it, and because I am upfront, they develop a certain level of trust in me with the process, and then we just move on from there. And that definitely, it may not change a difficult situation, but it enables them to understand why it's happening and what we need to do to overcome it.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah,
A loaded answer for a loaded question. And you mentioned there that you pray.
I
And
do.
so how important is your faith to your profession?
It's everything. It's everything. Of course you try to, I am who I am, right? But of course, being in the seat I am, I don't necessarily force myself on other people or beliefs. Now what I will say is I am a realtor that pray for all of my clients behind closed doors, you know what I mean, like that the transaction is as seamless as possible, that I show up in the way that they need, that I am what they need in this season. And I feel that my faith got me through the times when I was laid off. My faith has got me through sending my two girls to college at the same time. Like the bills are getting paid somehow. So even when those times when the money is a little, because the mortgage is, up and down, my faith, just gives me what I need to know that it's going to be all right at the end of the day. And I believe that because of my faith, the lenders and the partners that I partner with are kind of on the same line, and that's why we mesh so well. And I'm so grateful for all of them.
Yeah, yeah. Do you feel as though do you feel as though um do you feel as though the faith factor, or and my baseline question is what sets you apart from other realtors in the area? I don't have a specific number. Maybe I should have Googled it or something to that effect. But there are thousands, tens of thousands of realtors in the metroplex and surrounding, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. And so my base question is what sets you apart? And additionally, do you feel like your faith sets you apart from other realtors?
What sets me apart is my experience that I've had throughout the whole process. Being a realtor, you go to school, you pass the test, you're a realtor, right? That's basically on paper. Now, outside of that, the experiences and the things that happen throughout a transaction, those are typically learned experiences. Because I've been in the mortgage industry over 10 years, I've pretty much encountered on some levels those experiences. So it sets me apart because I have insight and personal knowledge about the whole process that I can give to my clients on the educational, side, other than just being a person that's going and opening doors. Like I don't want to be the person or the realtor that just open doors, because it's a lot of things that go behind it. And I never wanted to be a situation where my client come back and say, well, Kenya didn't tell me this, because if I could have, I would have. So yes, that sets me apart. Now, as far as faith, that's a personal answer. I wouldn't necessarily say that it just sets me apart as far as industry wise, but as far as personally, yes, because that is something that I hold inside of me personally. And that is the reason why I am, who I am, why I do what I do, and why I show up how I show up. So, yes.
Wow, wow. So as you know, one of my specialties is helping veterans.
Yes.
I'm an 8-year Army veteran, combat experience, all the things that go into being a veteran and serving this country. And so I particularly appreciate your handling of veteran clients that you entrust me with. But I want you to tell me, why is the veteran community so important to you?
Whew. They've served this country, right? They've done something that a lot of people can't do or don't want to do. So I feel like because they have put themselves in that situation, they should definitely reap the benefits of, actually serving. What I have learned being in this seat and other seats is that a lot of people feel that they don't get the the respect that they deserve, right? I feel like they deserve all of the respect. So the first thing I'm going to say, when I find out that they have served, well, thank you so much for your service, because you did something that that I don't want to do. So thank you for your service. And from that point, there is a certain level of respect that you have from me. Not that I don't respect everybody, but there's a certain level of respect, and I want you to be able to gain benefits and be knowledgeable of all the benefits that come from that. Kind of like your elders, right? I am well into adulthood, but if I approach an older person, I dare not call them by their first name. Hi, Miss Sarah. Hi, Miss Susan. You get, like, it's a miss under there because that's how I was raised. So I approach my veterans the same way, and I make sure that I partner them with people who understand where they're coming from, because I know that they are going to give them everything that they deserve and what they're entitled to, for sure.
Wow, thank you. I mean, I certainly appreciate that, and so that'll move me into my last question, and it has to do with veterans, um, um, and so I want to know how, because you said that we respect everyone, but
Everyone.
there is a certain level of what I might call maybe reverence for our service members.
Yes.
Um, and so, how are you going above and beyond for the service member?
Like I said, the level of service that I give them with partnering them with a lender, that because let's be clear, all of my lenders do VA loans. All of them do. However, when I have a VA client, I send them to you. And I thank you for how you handle my clients. Also, thank you for your service. But because I know that you have personal experiences, you're going to connect with them on a certain level. So, because they're entrusting me as their realtor, I make sure that I honor them by getting them with the best person that's going to handle their situation and that can be able to deliver the information to them in a way that they understand. Because I don't know how it's to be on the field. Like, I don't know how to, but if you can relate to that, you may deliver a message a little bit different than a person who can't relate at all. And that is what I do for my veterans, to make sure that they get with a lender who may give them incentives for being with them, who may do this, who may do that. And I feel like that's how I can honor them the most, just making sure that they're taken care of financially with the lender piece.
Absolutely, and just to add on to what you just said, at myself, Marion, my my partner and my partner in crime and in legal things as well, my brother Major, we do pay for our VA appraisals.
Yes,
And so that's our way of saying thank you to the service member for what we understand, what we know that they've gone through. And quite frankly, uh, just over the past year, we have paid out hundreds of
yes,
thousands of dollars in VA appraisals. And we don't consider that loss because we just want to say thank you for what they have done for this great nation that we love, that we strive to make better, but
yes,
we love it at the same time. So, Kenya, thank you so much for joining me for how the deal was done,
yes.
and and I know we'll get a chance to do this again and further these conversations. Maybe tackle some different topics that can help the viewing audience. But I just want to say thank you and wanted to know if you had anything imparting.
I just want to thank you for the opportunity to actually get in front of you and have this candid conversation. I know with deals that we have done previously, it may have been a little, felt like we was fighting. But what I can say is it makes it all worthwhile when you feel like you're fighting with someone and you have the common goal as far as helping the client on the other end. So not necessarily to tell all our business, but I really, really appreciate you and all that you did to make this possible, because I really feel in my heart if I would have given this deal to anyone else, then my veterans would not be homeowners today. And that really touches me because being in a room and feeling the energy when they're signing those papers, that does like my faith, right? That fuels me in a way that I just cannot explain. And it gives me what I need to continue on to try to help the next client. And I'm telling you, all of my VA clients are yours, because I know that there's a certain level of care and honor that they get from you. And when you treat them like that, it make me look good, right? We got to make each other look good. So at the end of
Absolutely.
the day, we are creating homeowners, which helps create generational wealth, which just creates happy people. And I definitely appreciate that.
Wow, wow.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you as well, and for as long as you bring me your VA clients, and even the clients that I don't get, I want to be able to serve you and the realtor community in any way that I can. And if that's digging into guidelines to give you an insight on another deal that you're doing that doesn't concern me, if that's taking care of your veteran clients, if that's being able to answer my phone and say, yeah, hey, that sounds good, or have you thought about this? That's what I want to be able to do for you as well. So, that being said, I just want to say thank you for joining me. And I hope that you, the viewing audience, got some nuggets out of this as well. And we look forward to seeing you the next time on how the deal was done.
Yes.
I just keep it real, high volume. Am I really that?